Hi everybody, Miss Ladybug here, aka Debbie. It's been about 6 months and I did a video the last time, so I thought it was time for an update because things have just been wonderful. I've been on the road, I've had such a wonderful season. I have traveled thousands of miles. I've been on, I went on a plane trip in December to New Hampshire. I went to New Hampshire twice in January. I flew to Oregon in March. I spent the bulk of the winter down in Southeast California and Southwest Arizona. I hosted a wonderful Thanksgiving with about 25-30 people. I was involved with the B.I.N.D Center Camp project that I've been involved with now for a couple years, helping organize and hosting over 100 people, 100 nomads coming together to help one another with their rigs and with being supportive and just encouraging one another. I am able to hike these days. I'm doing 3 miles pretty easily. 4 miles, I feel it. I can do 5 miles, but that's a push. But from 2013, 14, 15, when I was on a cane, and then all the years of coming off the meds and being dysregulated and being depressed and unable to sleep, I'm not having those things in my life anymore. Does that mean I have everything perfect? Of course not. I'm almost 64 years old. There's going to be a little wear and tear, But so probably the most pervasive two things that have stayed with me throughout this journey that I was on, discontinuing all those meds and getting my central nervous system back into shape, has been I have pretty obnoxious tinnitus, and I have widespread neuropathy. Now, I will say the neuropathy is just as much from injuries and skeletal problems with my back as it could be from coming off meds. But at this point, I would not point to any specific discomfort of any sort and say this is definitely from coming off meds. It may be part of that as a residual, but I also can attribute it to aging, injuries, trauma, all kinds of things. But whatever there is going on, it's not prohibiting me from having a wonderful life. All aspects of my life are feeling good. I physically feel pretty good knowing that I have things. I have neuropathy. I have back injuries that have happened. I have wear and tear. But I eat good food. I get fresh air. I get exercise. I have a good social life. I have supportive friends. And even the, I don't even know what it's called anymore, not anhedonia, but just the feeling like I don't have a lot of feelings, like even considering being in a relationship or caring for someone in any kind of more intimate way than just the friends that I've had. I didn't think I would ever have that be restored, and I'm feeling like, maybe I still can feel those kind of feelings about people, and maybe I'm not destined to just find my way alone. I don't know. but that's a new thing. That's because for years, a variety of lack of trust, lack of trusting myself, uh, fear, and something inside just kind of turned off. Like the feely feels. Like I've always been a caring person and I love people, but the feely feels, they just weren't there. But now I get the feely feels. I mean, like if something is enticing to me, I feel it. It's not just, oh yeah, that'd be nice, which it was for a long time. I I didn't do a lot of things a lot of other people do that have come off meds. I left the groups after about 2 years because I found them to be more harmful than helpful. Once I kind of had an idea what had happened to me and what was going on with me, I have kind of created my own path. I did have a good therapist, and I did do 5 years of EMDR and other assorted therapies that helped me heal my trauma and helped me open boxes in my psyche that were closed because of trauma. There are just a lot of things. And maybe I didn't say that well, but it's hard to describe sometimes. But I just have been very open to evaluating how I think, what I believe in, what my values are, and then aligning my life with those things. I would say some of the top things besides the good therapy, acceptance and commitment therapy, healing the inner child therapy, things that I did for myself were mindfulness actions, being conscious, truly conscious of all that I do and say. I'm very conscious of what I say. I try to always say things in a light of it is for the best good. I try not to say anything that might bring something I don't want to my life. And I have had people tell me that it seems like I am very good at manifesting in my life, and I do put efforts into that. And manifesting isn't just thinking something and wishing, it's studying about it. It's trying your hands at it if it's not yours. Like, say you want to do a kayak. You're thinking, oh, I want to spend time on the water. I want to be where there's water. Well, for me, if I wanted to do that, I'd be studying about kayaking. Where do I kayak? What kind of kayaks? Is there groups for kayaks? And then I would probably rent a kayak or borrow a kayak and go out on the water and see what it's like before going and buying a property with the idea that that's going to be my life when I've never done it before. Does that make sense? I think it does. That's how I manifest, is I decide what I want in my life. Whether it be the types of people, you can't manifest a certain person into your life or a certain person to like you or love you. But I do feel like I can bring to my life those types of people and those kinds of relationships that are in alignment with who I am today. And I do not feel at all like I was who I was when I started making these videos. In fact, I've talked to some of my nomad friends about, my name is Ladybug, and that is what I am called on the road. And while I do have friends from my past life that still call me Debbie, I prefer Ladybug because I've recreated myself, taking all the best parts that I loved prior to medications, my kind-heartedness, my wanting to help people, my seeing the brighter side. And then I got rid of and let go of the things that I didn't want. And one of the things that for me with this manifesting and that working with energy and how energy can create openings in the universe, and I do believe that, when I don't talk about things that I don't want in my life all the time. I don't go back to those hard places and hash them over. They're done. I don't want that in my life anymore. I'd rather talk about, where am I going? What am I going to do? How do I want to feel? What do I want to experience? Because there's no point in telling someone, my ears are ringing, my ears are, oh man, I have this tinnitus, and go on and on and on about the ringing in my fucking ears. Pardon my French, but it feels that way sometimes. But anyway, I'm not going to talk about that. I'm not going to talk about, now, if I'm hiking with people, I might say, I really need to keep it at 3 miles today because my feet are bothering me because of my neuropathy. And it's just a statement, and typically it's up to me to manage that. It's not for anyone else. So saying it out loud is unnecessary, and it just brings that into the light instead of the fact that I'm hiking and enjoying all the beautiful scenery that I am. So, to me, that's been very powerful in my transformation, is really aligning my actions, my words, my thoughts, my focus on the life I really want, not all the things that I despise. Some may think that's woo-woo. Think what you want. It's working for me. My life is really great. I mean, it's better than I imagined. When I hit the road 3.5 years ago, I was hoping to see some pretty places and meet family that I hadn't met yet, and maybe connect with friends that I'd met online. But I had no idea the depth and the breadth of the experiences of the people I truly would meet, and the doors that would be open, the things that I would learn from these people on how to live this great life, and then sharing that joy and excitement and fun and happiness. I have a wonderful group of friends, and we kind of go like this. We come together and then we go our own way. And then we come together, and it's a great life. I'm so excited. And saying that, I guess I should, say something about remembering when I didn't want to be here anymore. I thought all the pain of coming off the medications, all the pain of the losses of relationships and homes and all, I was down to a suitcase, folks. It was pretty rough back in those days in 2016. And here 10 years later, I couldn't have imagined this. I just couldn't have imagined this. So if you're still struggling, if it hurts, if it's painful, I hope that watching my videos, if you go back 10 years ago and see the fear and the pain, mentally, emotionally, and physically, the losses, and you fast forward to today and see the abundance in my life, and the stability, and the self-security, and the ability to think and be creative and love and feel, all of it. It's possible for you too. It is. So anyway, I just wanted to give an update, say where I was, say thanks for following. I still will be posting on occasion. Some people are like, oh, are you healed? Are you healed? I don't know. I don't know what that means. I don't even know. There's not words to describe truly all that I went through, all that I've experienced, all that I've worked on, all that I've changed, and all that's possible. There's not words for all of that. But I know when I look in the mirror, I am so glad I'm here. And I am so glad to be who I am today, living the life I am with the people and the environments that I get to experience. So, thanks for watching, and keep checking in. Maybe I'll have more to offer. I am going to be starting some new experimenting with different venues of sharing things and offering guidance for others who might be going through that kind of a hard time. Anyway, I wish you the best. Love yourself. Forgive yourself. Forgive others. Let go of bitterness. Let go of being angry. It's not going to change what's happened. It is such an energy drag. Don't drag your energy down the tubes. Use your energy to create the life you want. All right. Love you. Peace. See you later.